So if we have a lot of expectation, then we are actually welcoming more of the disappointments. And the three dilemma I share, the first one would be you are start to think about the reason, like why it's not working, start to compare our action with others. So we're using a lot of conditioned mind to compare, to judge, to just feel not enough, right? So if we allow our conditioned mind to lead, that the whole consequences or the emotion were triggered by that conditioned mind. So if you are raised by a very lovely family, allow you to have all the freedom to explore, and they don't really discipline you, and you might be okay using your mind because it's not conditioned. But it's not going to be that way. We live in the society, we go to school, we exposed to the media. So condition is not only the wrong or good thing, it's just things happening. We always want to get better, and we have a lot of dreams, then it definitely will get into that dilemma. And the second dilemma is because you want something and you keep asking, but asking the wrong way because you're using your mind. I want this, I want this, I want that. That is your mind speaking. So when you follow that and you didn't get what you want based on your mind, your ego wants, then you start to lose the trust. Like you just don't trust yourself. You don't trust the universe. You don't trust things that will good happen to you because you're judging all the time. Even the universe did bring you something, but you not recognize that. You think this is the wrong thing. I don't ask this. But we didn't know that, right? With our limited mind. So dilemma is we're going to lose trust and we don't really believe anything anymore. And the third dilemma I share is you're going to be living with the endless frustrations and anger, bitterness, and disappointments because you constantly try to ask something using your mind. Your ego wants a lot of things. Type of person based on the human design system. You can be a generator, pure generator, or manifesting generator. They are classified as a generator. So when the generator, which is more than 70% of the population, didn't get what they want, they have this frustration sent into the energy field. You think about, wow, 70% of people never satisfied, they're angry and frustrated and mood. And no wonder we all living in this fear band frequency because the 70% of generator just don't get what they want. But interestingly, generator couldn't get what they want. They can only respond. So that we're using the wrong strategies for that. For projector, they will have a bitterness if they don't really get invited to be somebody they want to become. And reflector, of course, is just not really sure what's going on. Everybody's emotion get into their 9 centers. They are boosted up here and there and totally confused. And manifestor, on the other end, they can make things happen. They can initiate, but because they grow up in the environment, need to have rules and they are restricted. To manufacture, we have a lot of angers. So whatever all the different types, we're going to fit in a lot of negative energy into the field. Then also we feel we are not understood and I don't really enjoy life, where I feel suffering all the time. Right? This is the 3 dilemmas I share. For the solutions, because I always want to share with you our body, mind, and soul, they are all connected holistically. So we cannot really just fix one area and ignore the other 2. We need to put things all together and understand the mechanism, how those things communicate among them. Right? Our mind body is always constantly exposed to the information, energy, and our mind, our pressure centers. But then also the spiritual, we are outside. The consciousness is staying here, but sometimes they can get out, different dimension. So then we need to make sure they are all connected. nicely and harmoniously, right? So my solutions, the number one, consciousness and our body work together. And you might hear the term called heart-brain coherence. The best place for you to check out the heart-brain coherence is one of the nonprofit organization called the Heart Math Institute. I will put the link under there because they have all this updated research. The data we can see, they do have a very coherent curve. If we are in the state, we feel trust and safe. But if we don't, we constantly fight and use the force, then that vibration is just totally random and you don't have anything in synchronicity. I urge you to check out how you can practice the heart-brain coherence. And I'm one of the practitioners. I can definitely show you when you have a one-on-one with me or you want to participate in some of my program, the heart-brain coherence, and feel you are safe and trust the things around you. The second solution that I want to propose is to get into the ancient wisdom, to understand. They talk about a lot of spirituality thing and maybe totally make no sense to you yet. But through my own journey at waking up and also my East heritage, I go deep to all the gene keys and human design system, and also learning the ancient texts back to 8,000 years old. I can really see that is really the language of nature, the science behind everything, and teach us how to really survive and thrive through this 3D world. So one of the wisdom I follow is from Taoism. So Taoism is more like the philosophies, how to observe the nature and using myself to understand and interact with everything around me. So I'm not judging, say, okay, I'm the human being, that's the rock, we have no common. But we all know we are actually built the same way. We all have atoms, right? The atom is the fundamental elements around everything on Earth. So if we know that connections, then we can actually become observer. So one of the ancient wisdom I practice from Taoism is called Wu Wei. Wu Wei, a lot of people think, well, don't take any action, just sit there, don't do anything, waiting for things to happen. No, Wu Wei is really, you don't interfere about what things are going on around you, but you also take the conscious choice not to react to anything around you. For example, if we ask something to happen, try to influence about the perfect timing, the result, whatever we want, but maybe they come in a much later day in a different form, but we didn't really recognize it. We just say, no, it's not happen. It's because our limited mind and also our five senses, our body, not necessarily able to detect the energy around different realms. Because we are multidimensional beings. So everything we ask and send it to the energy field, it's not only trapped on here, it's sent it into the whole field with the universe. So that is the solution. Maybe we can practice that Wu Wei, non-acting and effortless action, just really, follow the flow with the synchronicity with the universe. And that really gives you the opportunity to slow down. Then you can observe other than judging and comparing and bring more suffering. The other practice is the Buddhism for detachment. Anyway, I'm not religious at all, but I treat everything as a spiritual tools. And they have such a great wisdom in the Buddhism. So when they say detachment, that means you don't really need to have something to attach to you for happiness and love and peace. Because when we want that things to associate with some mental states we want to achieve, then we limit ourselves again. Because so I don't feel peace, so I cannot be peaceful. That's your emotion talking. That's your mind saying. But your body is always try to be harmonious with the energy field. So if we allow that things happen by Wu Wei lifestyle, and also mentally know that detachment is just a choice, then you can definitely shift it from expectation to celebration, right? And the third one, the tips we can use to shift the mindset to become more of celebrated mood other than expectation and bitterness and frustration and anger, right? It's just become aware we are living in the 3D worlds. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is forever. Even yourself, our body will decay, but our consciousness stay. Right? It's a lot of near-death experience in the scientific research. Already know that our soul actually can in and out our body, and even during our sleep. But we still kind of attached to this. And no, I'm looking in my mirror. That's Sunny. That is the Asian woman, and that is me. No, but if you have your picture like 2 years old babyhood, are they the same person? The body is totally different, but do I feel I'm still here? Right? So the conscious, our soul, is really not necessarily associated with our body. We need to know, other than that, everything around the universe is not permanent. So we need to practice some, impermanence reality. We can let go easily, because this is just the nature thing, like a gene key number 42, the title is letting go of living and dying. That is a very strong title, but I shared this whole the 42 along with the 3 and all other keys under that ring of living and dying that is all encoded the losing amino acid. They are actually the flow with being born and move on. Start with the 3, end by 42. So if we can let go of the concept of the living and dying, right? Because our consciousness is forever, it's eternal, it's timeless. But our body will die. All the forms, all the structure and form are not going to be stay forever. So eventually they are all going to be changed, or going to be gain to the cycle and contribute back to the society or the universe. So if we understand the flow like that, we don't really need to associate and try to cling into it, because they think if they're gone, I lost myself. No, again, that's our ego say that, right? It's not. They are always going to be gone. It's not going to be forever. Everything just like a cloud passing through our awareness. So if we understand the whole phenomenon, and then they shouldn't have unrealistic expectation. And even we can easy to live and easy to die without resistance, right? So anyway, this is just to share about the 3 solutions I provide to share based on my insight and experience. So the dilemma, let me just recap again. Dilemma 1 is let our mind run the show. Dilemma 2 is we don't trust anything, including ourselves. And the number 3, we live with the endless, the frustration, anger, bitterness, and all that, and negative contribute to the energy field around the universe. Solution number 1 is just practice the heart-brain coherence. So you can kind of tune down the voice from your mind and your body to waking up. So you can start to trust your intuition. You start to hear your body communication. And solution number 2 is practice some ancient wisdoms. You can try to be an observer, witness, practice mindfulness. The origin of the suffering is the attachment. Once we loosen that up, when we can make that choice, your suffer can be gone, or can at least be a much lower pressures in our life. And the solution number 3 is we need to constantly remind us nothing is going to be here forever. As energetic beings, and we have this amazing soul and energy connected with the universe, so that unity consciousness never die. but all the structure, all the concepts, all the other forms will be gone. So just understand that impermanence in the 3D life. I talk about tiny habits recipe, the ABC formula. You need to have an anchor moment happening all the time already. So you can using that as an anchor moment and easy to practice the behavior you're going to do on the B. Then definitely need to celebrate about your awareness, your pauses, and your behavior. I mentioned about we can practice detachments. So this one is for detachment. I believe, like me, you brush your hair every day. So that can be a good anchor moment. Okay. So that I give you the recipe like this. After I brush my hair in the morning, I will remove the loose hair from the brush and say goodbye with a bright smile. See, that is practice detachment, right? We lose hair, we lose the skin cells, we lose a lot of things on the daily and even momentary basis, but we just not notice that. So life is really coming and going and living and dying, but we can using the brush hair as one reminder and pause and to let us to be aware again, like everything is impermanent. So I need to be detached with whatever used to be mine. Let me repeat that recipe again. After I brush my hair in the morning, I will remove the hair from the brush and say goodbye with a bright smile. And feel like I let it go. And they used to be mine, but I don't need to own it, right? This is not mine either. I just living here as a device to have the information so I can process using my amazing mind. Okay. And the second tiny habit is the gift of gratitude. Really, sometimes we say, well, that is a great thing to do. But when we pay gratitude, we say, oh, thank God, or thank this, and my parents, thanks everything. Like I'm doing this 31 days because of my birthday month. I start with the source. Now I'm almost done to all the planetary. Now I'm getting to the earth today. Yes, I thank all of that, of course. But sometimes we need to practice quietly to pay attention and to ourselves and thank ourselves. We are spiritual beings and has earth experience. So when we pay attention and send gratitude to ourselves, you actually thank the whole universe because you are connected. We never be separate, right? We are the unity consciousness. After I let my head against the pillow to sleep at night, I would think about 3 things I have done to make a difference and celebrate by giving 3 hugs. Everybody make differences. Not like somebody say, oh, I have to be, publish a famous book and I can be a millionaire. I can be speakers on stage to make differences. No, we are all making the difference. I can say, okay, I make a difference for this person because I share a smile with them, or I share my idea with my clients so they can be activated and start to have life transformation. Or I can say, well, I feel happy, so I send the positive energy into the field. Let me repeat that recipe for give gratitude to self. After I let my head against the pillow, I will think about 3 things I have done to make a difference, then give myself 3 big hugs. I hope you enjoyed today and maybe practice this 2 little tiny habit recipes. Really, we don't need to jump far. We really just need to wake up. By closing, let me read some of the paragraph I published this book. This book has just come out and we have an amazing author to work together to promote this book. It's really a journey for me to turn my busy conditioned mind into my amazing heart. And I can listen, I can relate. And then now I start to live my life other than to fix myself, right? Under my chapter, the name is I'm Life Itself, Self-Discovery Through Adversities. All the adversities I encountered were my unseen grace. that I needed to embrace and experience. The me, the capital M-E, is just a fractal conditioned self. As energetic beings, we can activate and regenerate our natural and powerful capacities that have been suppressed or taken away by our unhealthy modern lifestyle and false beliefs. We do not need to be fixed, as we have rooted essence and superpowers, yet we need to stay open, upgrade our perspectives, take proper actions to build good habits, trust in ourselves and life, so that we can holistically become in sync with the universe. Really, the synchronicity, alignment is all the thing you do. But all other things created by our conditioned mind is the interference, is the blockage. There's nothing wrong with our bodies, nothing wrong with our soul. We just need to wake up and be aware. But thank you so very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the week and have a wonderful Wednesday.